Hi, everybody. It's Joy Packard. It is a Monday night, 3 more days until our live event, SimplezonSeller, coming up here in Houston, Thursday through Saturday. Today, we're trying to finish up on all of the last speakers that we wanted to bring to you. And tonight, we have a very special guest that I'm going to be bringing to you. And I have known this man for probably 4 years or so. I met him at not my very first Amazon conference, but one of my first Amazon conferences. And he spoke on stage. I was so impressed. And he talked to me. And I've known him since. And recently actually went to Jamaica in February at one of his conferences called the Balance Retreat with him and Lance Wolf. And it was incredible. And he does international selling, and he's an expert, and he does so many other things. And just, you know, those of you who are coming to the conference, you'll know what I'm talking about. And those who are not coming to the conference yet, you need to be here. And you'll see why after this 20 minutes of speaking to this man. And so he has a wonderful wife, wonderful kids, and he does this whole business from Jamaica. And so that should tell you something for those who are saying, I don't know if I can do it. So I wanted to introduce you guys to Barrington McIntosh, who's a very dear friend, an awesome speaker, an awesome leader in this e-commerce industry. And so Barrington, welcome. And
thank you so much, Joy.
We're so happy to have you. Tell everybody a little bit about who you are.
You know, I can go back, Joy, to when we met back in 2013. It was at the first conference. And you know, you had your paper out, you were writing stuff down. You were like, I got to get this done. I got to get this done. I got to get this done. And I saw something that was not normal with Amazon sellers. You had a plan. You knew what you wanted. You knew where you were. So, I mean, fast forward 6 years, and I'm really happy to see, you know, what you've accomplished over all these years. But just to go back to starting off, my name is Barrington McIntosh. I do Amazon from Jamaica. I'm here on an island. And we've been able to build a successful business selling millions of dollars of coffee right here on an island. So I'm the guy that takes all the excuses away. Like, hey, I can't do this. It's too hard. Nah, you can't bring those excuses when I'm around, because I mean, we're surrounded by water. That's all we see every day. Fish. We're surrounded by water. So we have to get creative and make this happen. And we've been doing Amazon for about 9 years now. And it has been a very, very successful journey. And just to really preview what's going to happen this week, I like these kind of conferences with the energy. You look at the lineup of speakers that's going to be there, and you specifically look at the list, look at persons that you want to talk to, make a notation, and walk up to them and introduce yourself. Don't be shy like, hey, man, I can't talk to this guy. No, forget that. Get your list. This is where I'm at right now. This is where I'd like to be. And go to persons who have already done it. They've been through the trenches. They know what they're doing. Ask them specific questions related to your business. And when you do that, you're going to see how much you can grow from one conversation. One conversation can be aha, I could do this. And, you know, it's something that we talk about all the time, but you have to experience it. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at this conference. I mean, we've been doing international selling for 7 years, just everywhere: Canada, UK, Germany, Italy, Spain, and we're doing all of that from here in Jamaica. So it's doable. It's very doable, and I would love to encourage anyone that's not signed up yet. It's not too late. If you're in Houston, if you're around Texas, you could drive. There are a lot of places that are 4 or 5 hours away from Houston. You could drive over. This is something that will change your business. I can guarantee you that. If you come out and you're willing to take action, I can guarantee this is going to change your business, because the speakers you meet, just one or two conversations can really open your eyes as to, wow, I can do this. You know, Chris Green told me something, Joy. He said, when we go to these conferences, all we get, persons, they come, it's like confidence. That's all they don't have. A lot of persons, they have the money, they have the time, but they don't have the confidence to make a decision. And that's what we bring to the table, being able to help them, going through all the different challenges with Amazon over the years. And we're able to guide you on that path that you need to really become successful on Amazon. And not only Amazon, but e-commerce selling overall, any platform. We do all the platforms. And it's a beautiful thing to wake up in the morning, take the kids to school, come back, check your sales, and you're like, okay, I can work with this. This can work. And I'm at home. I'm right here at home. You'll see the kids walking by. This is home. I'm not like, in this big office, corporate stuff. It's home. We do everything from here.
It's amazing. And what you say about, meeting the speakers and actually going to them. And I'm glad you said that, because when I first went to that conference that I met you at, I thought, oh, he's a speaker and I don't know if he'll talk to me, but it's one of those things where, and I love that our conference is actually, it's more of an intimate conference to where, it's less than 100 people. And so the chances of you being able to speak with Barrington and the rest of the speakers and, just everything are very likely, and they're very friendly. They're all willing to give. All of us were newbies at one point. And so it's very true what you say about don't be scared to go and ask, because hey, even newbies bring something to the table. They bring Lance was just talking to me about this yesterday when he first met me and said, hey, do you remember we were in Kmart and we were sourcing and we found this amazing toy and you were a newbie and you were like, wow, and you were so excited. And he said, and it made me excited again. Sometimes as we're in this field, we lose a little bit of that excitement, from being in that newbie area. And I'm going to brag on Barrington here, guys, for a minute. I think it was 3 years ago when I wanted to start selling internationally, and I got hung up on, the application. It's a little bit tedious if you let it be. And I remember, talking to Barrington, and I reached out to him and I said, Barrington, I don't know. I just don't know if I want to, do international, just getting my VAT, all the stuff that you have to do. And you know what he did? He said, get on a Skype call with me. I don't know if you remember this, Barrington. And he said, get on a Skype call with me. And he took time out of his day and walked me through every blank until I got everything right, submitted it. And then, however long it took. I'll always remember that. And I just think that's the kind of people that, you want to surround yourself with. People like Barrington, who, like he says, he's living in Jamaica. He and his wife, Sarah, beautiful children, are over there in Jamaica running this business. And like he said, all excuses are taken away, for people to say, well, I don't have anywhere to shop. I don't have any products to buy. I can't do this. I can't do that. You look at Barrington, you look at Sarah, and you just think, okay, I can make this work, and it's like Barrington said, you have to find someone who's doing it, find somebody and follow them and do what they do. And here you are, have the opportunity to come to a conference, Houston, Texas. There's 2 airports, many cities within driving distance. San Antonio, Austin are great airports to fly into as well, 2-3 hours away. And to be around, if you look at the lineup of speakers, and I say this every single interview, look at the lineup of speakers. I don't know if we'll ever have this many people of this caliber all in the same place. I just don't know. Maybe some of them can come, some can't. It's just one of those things. Super honored to have you, Barrington. I mean,
I'm excited to. I'm getting everything done this week because I know Wednesday morning we fly out. We go directly into Houston, and the beautiful thing about this, Joy, is as you mentioned, a lot of times persons are like, "Man, that's a speaker. I can't talk to him. It's gonna be." Listen, I'm telling you guys right now. If you're watching this interview and you're going to be in Houston, hey, you see me, Barrington, you have a few minutes, let's talk. I love to actually stand up in the hallway, wherever, and just talk business. It doesn't have to be Amazon, but it can be, how can I get from this hurdle 1 to the next hurdle? How can I move over to hurdle 2? Those are some of the things that, persons get hung up on, like, man, it's so hard to do this. And there's one thing that's holding me back. Just remember that conference we did in Dallas? I think it was in Dallas. And I think you came, Joy. We had Amazon sellers and we did shoes and we did some things.
Yes.
And there was one lady that I saw her in the hallway and she was looking a little depressed. And I'm saying, what's going on? She's like, I have a lot of sales that I made on eBay, but I'm here at the conference and I'm all worried that it's going to be late. So I said to her, why don't you send your products into Amazon? And then once you get a sale on eBay, use a service like Joe Lister and just do a multi-channel fulfilled order. She's like, what's that? Like, yeah, you could send your products into Amazon. When you get an eBay sale, you go ahead and fulfill that order from Amazon. She's like, wow, I could go home now. I paid $3,500 to be here. I could go home now because that's all that's a game changer. Saw her 6 months later, her sales were through the roof from one tip.
Thing. Yeah, exactly.
One tip.
One tip.
Amazing.
And I was at that conference. I remember that. And I remember being at that conference and saying the very same thing. I was on day one. I think there were 3 days. And I said, I learned one thing. And I said the same thing. I could go home now. And, I'm just thinking about every single speaker and the attendees that are coming. It's not just the speakers, guys. It's the attendees. And exactly what Barrington said. It's like, you get into this room with like-minded individuals and you all are trying to, hit the same goal. We're all trying to make this work, and you're in this room with all these people, same thing that they're trying to do. And there's energy. We're going to have music. I know that Tim Jordan has added a limousine the last night where he's going to do like a VIP SimplezOn end of the party thing where he's going to, have that going on. He'll probably announce that. I don't know. He's amazing, but they're doing that on their own. I didn't ask them to do that. So you get these people that come to the conference and they're giving of their time. One thing that we have added to this conference that is different than last time is we will have 2 rooms downstairs in the hotel that are rented that will have little tables to where we can have little sessions and little powwows. And am I losing you, Barrington? You still there?
I'm still here.
Awesome. Your picture's kind of frozen. There you go. You're coming in and out. And so we'll have those VIP, and they're not just VIP, but you can go down there and, grab a speaker and go down there and work your numbers. The other exciting thing is, I know that I'm only 20 minutes from the hotel, but this conference, as opposed to last year, I'm actually going to stay at the hotel. And so, we'll be up networking in the lobby, hanging out, going out to eat, whatever. And we're there. We'll pull your computers out. That's what Barrington did in Jamaica. He had the speakers there, and in between sessions.
Do it.
Yeah, we had you had JR there, and everybody gathered around him doing what he was teaching, and I was super impressed. And it's like people just giving of their time. I'm just honored to have people like Barrington and all of our speakers.
You don't want to go to a conference. You don't want to go to a conference and be like, oh, that's a speaker. I can't talk to him. Yeah, that's why you paid your money to come there. So you can interact with the speakers and learn certain things. So at maybe a lunchtime, at dinner, if you have them for this, just one conversation can be a game changer for your business. So I encourage all of you. This is going to be an exciting week. Get ready to skyrocket your business. I endorse Joy's conference. And this is something that I'm like, listen, last year I didn't get to make it. I said to her, soon as you have the dates for 2019, click, book, done. I'm going to be there. This is something, the energy here is going to be something that you've never felt before. And as she mentioned, the lineup, you look at all these speakers. I remember when I came to the first conference, I saw Chris Green and the guy was just approachable. I was like, hey, let's talk. Boom, sit down for an hour. He would just talk with you. Wow, absolutely. This is the guy that did the whole, FBA, sat down and talked with you. So that's what I want from this conference. Persons are able to really say, when they leave their joy, they should say, this was amazing. It was an amazing conference. And that's what we want for you. So if you have not booked yet, guys, go sure that you book SimplezonSeller.com. Go ahead and make sure. There's the link right there. Make sure that you book. If you're close to the event, you can drive to the event. You should miss this group of speakers, this networking, and also you guys being there. We don't never want to be in there. It is something that makes the conference, because you know what? We're sharing ideas. It's not like, wow, I'm this, whole wealth of knowledge and I can't learn anything else. We're sharing ideas, and just one aha moment could be, I never thought about it this way. It's an interchange of encouragement. So I think that's going to be a very, very good time coming up there. I'm looking forward to this.
Oh man, it's going to be awesome. And last year we had an amazing time. We called it the Magical Conference. And it's kind of like, I keep hearing the same theme over and over again, that yes, you will learn about Amazon and different, platforms that you can sell on. But another thing that you're going to get out of it are the relationships. Some of my best friends are from the conferences that I meet. We are like-minded. We like to not just talk about Amazon. There were tears last year of people just connecting and talking about their families and stuff. It was really, really neat. And, like I say, the speakers, yes, awesome. But it's also the caliber of the attendees that come. And so you may be sitting next to somebody that you have no idea the things that they know. And it's a matter of just coming to a live event. We've said this over over and over again that, we all work behind a computer, and it's super nice to get out, into a live event and just meet people, meet the speakers, meet the attendees. And we have taken all the excuses away. We have an installment plan, where you can pay it out. You don't even have to pay it by the time the conference is here. We have an installment plan. We have a deeply discounted promo code that we're willing to give out. You need to message Barrington or myself and ask for it. And we also are giving away a free VIP dinner ticket. So if you join underneath, you have to, tell us that you were under Barrington's link. The first night we have an amazing VIP dinner with all of the speakers at a nice restaurant. And we're giving that away as a bonus. We're coming in on the last stretch. It is not too late to come. Some of you are nearby. And I give this tip out every single interview. There is an app on your phone. It is free called Skip Lagged, SKIPLAGGED. Sometimes you can get really good last minute rates on hotels and airfare. I give the story about coming back from Reno at one of my conferences, last minute, $38 one way. And so it's not always that great, but you can always look and see what's available. And, you see Barrington is coming with his wife all the way from Jamaica. That's a big deal. He's traveling across the world to come to this conference. You get someone international to be here. And like I say, look at the lineup of speakers. It is not too late. Reach out to us. I am so excited. I've got the swag bags. We've got prizes that we're going to give out at the event. We have, in between, we have amazing stuff, guys. And it's going to be incredible. And so Barrington, I know your time is super, super valuable. And here it is on a Monday evening, time away from your family, probably dinner time. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, live listeners who are here and replayers as well. Make sure that you mention that you listened to this interview. And do you have anything else you want to add before we let everybody go?
If you're not booked yet, make sure you go ahead and book. I'll be there. I mean, Lance usually comes, but he's between, something right now, so he couldn't be able to make it. But it's going to be an amazing lineup. I look forward to seeing you guys in Houston because this conference can change your business. We spoke about something last Q4. Me and Lance were talking, and we mentioned that if persons really take action on the information given, it's that thing that could really skyrocket their business. It's just that missing link, something that you're like, I can't seem to pass 2,000. I can't seem to. And you find that little thing. It's like this analogy of diamonds, and you dig and you get frustrated. A lot of persons are like, man, I'm tired of this thing. It's never working. And you just had one more hit. And that hit would just open up. I've been there. I have been there where I was totally frustrated. I'm like, listen, I'm giving this thing up. I'm going to forget about Amazon. And then that perseverance, that aha moment. Once I went to that conference, everything opened up. So again, guys, I look forward to seeing you. SimplezonSeller.com. Go ahead and book if you're not going to be there. And we're going to have an amazing 3 days in Houston. So looking forward to seeing everyone.
Thanks, Barrington. Thanks, everybody. Again, we will see you guys in Houston this week. See you later. Thanks, Barrington. Bye-bye.
All right.